Hello, everyone. Welcome to another Game Vault podcast stream. I'm your host, Mark. We're here with the news hour for October 26th/27th when this is released. I never know which day to actually say because we record this on Sunday, release it on Monday. So, and it's so close to midnight that it's still technically both days. But anyway, um, as you can see, we are getting ready for Extra Life. I'm going to point with this finger. I got the tracker up here. We got 12 days till Extra Life. We're at $95 already. Thank you all for the early donations. I believe it is myself, Jonathan, and Kevin, I believe. It'll flash up there in a second, so if you keep an eye on it, it'll tell you. But yeah, so 12 days away from our big campaign. This thing, for you watching on video, the tracker, was a little bit of a pain in the ass because I got, I made a custom ID for the website and it needs the participant number. So I needed to like dig deep into the website to find that number to be able to get that to work. So hope you guys enjoy. So speaking of Extra Life, we'll be live on Saturday, November 8th, starting at 8 a.m. I'm going to be going for about 2.5 hours to start. Tom will be taking over about noon, sometime between 10:30 and noon. I think, and then he'll be going until 4. And I'll come in either at 4 or 4:30. It really depends on. I have a couple basketball games I do the scoreboard for. So those games they should be over by 3:30. And it takes me about 25-30 minutes to get back. But we'll see. They might go to overtime. Who knows? I haven't looked to see who they're playing to see if it's the teams they blow out or if it's good teams. But anyway, so, and then I'll go from 4:30 to like, anywhere between, I want to go to about 2 in the morning. Get about, 12 hours roughly, 12 to 14, is my thought for the stream on the 8th. The next time we're trying to get together all information. I think we are probably leaning more towards we're going to do at least one night of us all together, at least virtually, to play Jackbox. We're going to play the new Jackbox collection. I feel 4 out of the 5 games are pretty good, and I think 3 out of the 5 will work great on stream here. And I'm working on some stuff. Software behind the scenes to sort of allow Jackbox to be more entertaining for those playing, meaning the members of the Game Vault Pod Extended Universe. So look out for that. And then I'll be streaming extra every Saturday between the 8th and the end of the year. And then we have our big stream on December 31st, where I have to come up with a theme for it. One year we did Fuser. And then that just became a copyright nightmare. So I might want to still do that. Maybe not, but I will definitely have something. Last year was licensed games. We played like Top Gun and Jaws, which led to the extra Retro Roulette Endurance run of Jaws earlier this year. So we'll see. We'll come up with something. Maybe we'll do something entirely new that we haven't done before in terms of weirdness. There's always randomizers. There's always, the stuff on BizHawk and things. So, yeah, look out for that. We're going to be doing a lot of stuff going forward here for Extra Life. We have $750. You can donate to either my personal one or... Roxy has her own as well. I would appreciate, our team goal is $750 as well. I believe I think I gotta look into how team stuff works, but either way, you can donate to either one of us. Doesn't matter, it goes to the same place. We're raising money for the Children's Hospital of Philadelphia. So, so that's about all the house cleaning. We have our normal streamer stuff. Tonight I'm going to be streaming some more Mega Man 3. And then on Thursday, Tom will be streaming the Final Fantasy 3/6. I will be on streaming late on Friday, probably like 9:30 ish, because it is Halloween, so I will be out before that. But I am probably going to do a hasty glance of The Outer Worlds 2. That was my plan for this Friday, but then I didn't realize that it didn't release to the public until Tuesday. So I was not buying a pre-order to play that game. So yeah, we'll just have to wait, and we'll do a hasty glance. Dispatch also came out, so we may touch on that on like Sunday or something like that. So either way, we should be good to go for 2 new games coming out, which will help us extend the next segment here. Yeah, so basically what I've been playing, it's been a combination of Hades 2 and Ballcross Pit. So I've unlocked a couple more characters in Ballcross Pit. We'll start there. That game is fun, but the one thing I don't like about it is the base building aspect of it. That harvesting and all that stuff, I haven't really clicked with it yet. So I don't know how long of legs that game is going to have for me. Because, I can't see the... Like, with Vampire Survivors, there was the like, hamster wheel of, getting new characters and doing new things and new maps and all that. This sort of has that, but it just doesn't... something's just not clicking. With me compared to when I was all in on Vampire Survivors when that came out. But I'm going to keep playing it. It's a good, like, as they say, podcast game. You can just play it and have a podcast on in the background. Or a YouTube video or sport event. Some sports ball while you're playing Ballcross Pit. But overall, I am enjoying my time with it. The one thing gameplay-wise that I don't... And this is probably true for all, like, roguelikes like this, and Vampire Survivors was a little bit too like this, but it's an extreme in Ballcross Pit, is that you can sort of see when your run is going to end. Like, you can see it like a minute and a half out. You're like, oh, I definitely did not get the right, what's it called? The right types of balls to make this work. I got a bad draw when it came to what they gave me to use here. So yeah, but that's just games like that. Vampire Survivors had that for a while, but the overall main thing, so far I've only gotten to 2 levels, and they're varied enough. Like, the second level introduces, like, a shield to the game, where you have to hit them from certain side, or front or back, or whatever, because they have an ice shield on the front, so that's been fun. On the Hades 2 front, I've done some more Chaos Trials. I've beaten... because I've seen credits, so I've gone through the route of beating Kronos, a couple more times. I beat the upstairs boss on Olympus one more time. Just sort of going through that, leveling out all of my things in the Crossroads, with the Ambrosia and the Nectar and a couple other new things they have. Like the hot springs and stuff like that. So just been working through that. I've been updating all the Arcana cards to get them leveled all the way up. And basically when I am done with that, leveling all of those up, I will essentially have, my hand is fully leveled up and the thing is fully leveled up. And so I will be done with that part of the game. But yeah, so just playing through those. I played some more NHL, just I was just watching someone play Hades 2, and I was just sitting there doing nothing on, I think it was Thursday night or one of the nights this week. It all blended together because I had a lot to do. Um, and I was just like, I'm just gonna play a game or two of hockey while I'm watching this, stream essentially. So, just playing that. Like I said, I didn't play much this week. I the the big time is going to come in the next couple months. Outer Worlds 2 is going to take up. I'm not going to stream that. Um, and then, I'm going to stream Dispatch, and then we're going to finish Trails, and, because there's going to be a bunch of games. Like, I have a backlog of things for Saturday, and, yeah, I don't know if, a game like Outer Worlds 2, I don't know, is... Because when I tried to do Fallout and all that stuff, I don't feel that those work on stream for me as a streamer. So, yeah, Avowed was, I was feeling it, but, I like the game, but, it's just that genre of game. I don't think I really want to stream on the channel. There's not enough clamoring for it from the audience for me to feel uncomfortable doing it. Not that should ever be the case, that I should stream things that I'm uncomfortable with because the audience wants it. But, there's no real incentive to do it. And I'd rather just spend time making those decisions and stuff off stream. So, yeah. Yeah, so, and we'll probably do some multiplayer Call of Duty and Battlefield, maybe Battlefield, and stuff like that. There's a couple new maps for American Truck Simulator coming up, so that's the stuff to look forward to in November. Like I said, we're going to be streaming a lot, so there's going to be a lot of games for me to choose from to do. That stuff with the Outer Worlds 2 is just not going to be one of them. So, yeah, that's about going to do it for what I've been playing. So now, let's move on to the news. So, it was Fallout Day on, I believe, October 23rd. I forget exactly when this took place here. But so everything that was announced. So they are the 10th year of Fallout 4. They're celebrating that with an anniversary edition. And it is coming to Nintendo Switch 2. Studio and production designer Angela Browder showed up for the Fallout Day 2025 live stream to talk about 10 years of Fallout and what Bethesda plans for it next. Fallout 5 is surely many years off, but the newly announced Fallout 4 Anniversary Edition should help with the wait. It's a bundle aimed to revitalize the fourth mainline Fallout game with a release that includes all 6 pieces of DLC: Nuka World, Far Harbor, Automatron, Vault-Tec Workshop, Contraptions Workshop, and Wasteland Workshop. Fallout 4 Anniversary Edition is going to be released on November 10th. And then it will be coming to Nintendo Switch in 2026. So yeah, no surprise there with the TV show coming out. We'll get to something that they tie into the TV show later, but this is great timing for that, and to get it on Nintendo Switch 2, which seems to be able to handle this stuff a bit at a lower resolution, but it does seem like it can handle these games. Obsidian shows up to the celebration with a new Vegas and reveals a new bundle. Trejo may have to wait for a proper remaster, but Fallout Day 2025 did at least bring some Fallout New Vegas news. Original developer Obsidian Entertainment made an appearance during today's live stream to talk about the classic offshoot, revealing that a 15th anniversary bundle will soon be available. It comes with the collector's big box containing the PC version of the Ultimate Edition of the game, a Vault Boy pin, evaluation cards, Mojave Express and NCR recon patches, and a Victor statue as its centerpiece. The Fallout New Vegas 15th Anniversary Edition bundle is available for pre-order. And yeah, this is again not a surprise. Tying up with the show. Um, yeah, they're celebrating both their 10th anniversary and their 15th anniversary of not being able to make a new um, Fallout game when you take both Bethesda and Obsidian um, into effect here. But yeah, again, it's a tie-in. The new show is going to be, set in New Vegas, so why not try to capitalize on that? It's very, very smart. So we'll see how it sells. So they also announced some real-life Fallout attractions. Universal Studios Hollywood and Florida's Halloween Horror Nights is currently ongoing, featuring haunted houses to brave and more activities for attendees. So the hockey fans, apparently the Texas Stars are doing a Fallout night. The Las Vegas Atomic Museum is partnering with Bethesda for a World of Fallout exhibit. This actually seems kind of cool. In November, features artifacts from the game's universe. Well, fake artifacts, but artifacts is a weird word to use there. Again, Fallout Shelter celebrates its 10th anniversary. So they're doing a big update for that. And then the big thing, Fallout 76 heads into the new year with Burning Springs. Burning Springs takes Fallout 76 players to the desert wasteland of Ohio. Such a wasteland, Ohio. Where they'll meet a king super mutant who is looking to control the land. The new area includes new fish, new public events, and mutant pigs, with footage highlighting a completely new look for the Fallout fans to enjoy. Walton Goggins, Fallout TV show character The Ghoul, is also heading to Burning Springs, with the actor showing up for today's stream to tease his role. His bounties can be found in Highway Town. Fallout New Vegas fans can also expect some goodies to play with in Fallout 76. The iconic Ranger armor and Mojave Familiar. Green Motel Dinosaur. All of these things and more are coming to Fallout 76 soon. But they'll probably have to wait for 2026 for native PS5 and Xbox S and X versions. Yep, it's capitalism. That's the enemy in Fallout. That's the real villain. Is capitalism. But nobody wants to say it. What's next for Fallout? It wouldn't be a proper Fallout Day stream without an appearance from studio head and creative director Todd Howard. He says Bethesda is hard at work on all things that fans want, but we'll have to wait for more updates. Then, in a run of surprise cameos, Wes Johnson, John Carpenter, and much of the cast of Fallout TV show showed up to wish everyone a happy Fallout Day. Fallout 2's premiere on Amazon Video on December 17th. The Fallout for Hope live stream post show followed the show, and they were trying to raise $1 million for St. Jude Children's Hospital. So, yeah, that was Fallout Day. So, no surprise on a lot of the things announced. Update the Fallout 4, update the New Vegas to tie in, adding the Ghoul, which is probably the most popular character from that Fallout, to it. So, just a bunch of good news, but not anything really surprising. If you've been paying attention or you kind of know how the entertainment industry works. Next up, Halo Project 2025 had some news. I didn't know exactly where to pull, so I pulled the whole thing. And it's the, stick a pin in it. This is another thing of, is Xbox going to release a console again anytime soon? Halo is now coming to the PlayStation 5. Halo Studios made an appearance at the Halo World Championships in 2025 to announce that its previously teased project is Halo Combat Evolved, remake titled Halo Campaign Evolved, and it's coming to PC, Xbox X, and yes, even PS5. It's a move that will see what is perhaps the most important Xbox exclusive franchise coming to PlayStation for the first time. Following numerous past remasters and PS5 ports, news that a remake of the original Halo is coming to PS5 isn't much of a surprise, but it is a sign that the Xbox's relationship with Sony may just be getting started. The Halo Studios team had plenty more to talk about during its Halo Campaign Evolved stream, so to be sure to catch up on everything, they listed it all below. So this is just like a remaster, I guess, thing of the first Halo game that they are putting out on everything now, including PS5. So the question is, are other Halo games coming to PlayStation? Halo fans aren't strangers to refreshed versions of classic Bungie experiences, though. The Master Chief Collection, Remastered Combat Evolved, and other Halo games for Xbox and PC many years ago. There's no word on when or if specific Halo games, such as 2021's Halo Infinite or 2010's beloved Halo Reach, will make their way to PlayStation 5 in the future. However, Halo Studios does say that Halo on PlayStation going forward, starting with Halo Combat Evolved, or Campaign Evolved. So I think it got announced a little bit later, or maybe it got confused with this, but I think Master Chief Collection is coming to PlayStation. I couldn't find the story in here, but I just may have misread a headline. So this is all about the live stream, about the update to the first Halo game there. So yeah, if you for some reason have not played Halo because you've never had an Xbox, and you've only been a PlayStation gamer, well, now you're going to get a chance with a new remade version of it. Next up, Xbox blames Rogue Ally. Says Ally X is to blame for the $1,000 price thing, or price tag. Xbox has addressed the Rogue Ally X's handheld's controversial $1,000 price point and said it had been the hardware maker Asus that ultimately decided how much to charge. While released as Xbox branded devices with access to your Xbox library and Game Pass built in, the $600 Rogue Ally and the $1,000 Rogue Ally X are ultimately Asus-made handhelds, and because of this, Asus set the price. That's according to Xbox President Sarah Bond, who told Variety that Asus had used its insight into the market, into the feature set, into what people want to determine the ultimate price for the devices. Despite the price, response to the Ally X in particular has been positive. IGN had dubbed the device the new handheld gaming PC to beat in our Asus Rogue Ally X review, though noted that its cost was the elephant in the room. Yeah, so Xbox is... Yeah, exactly. I agree with both of your points. They are fucking cowards for blaming Asus for the price. And also, the reason why Asus charged $1,000 is because, as Metal Militia mentions in the chat, if you're watching us live on Twitch, which you can every Sunday night at 9 p.m., it's because Lenovo charged $1,300 for their newest handheld. So, markets. You know, is this worth $1,000? Who knows? But it's definitely better than the $1,300 Lenovo's charging, so... You know, they're going, hey, we'll sell it a little cheaper than that since we have the better product. Capitalism. Again, capitalism. But yeah, so Microsoft, again, was trying to escape blame for this. And yeah, I just pulled it because it's insane that they were blaming. I'm sure Microsoft, if they wanted to have it at $8.99, they could have told Asus to put it at $8.99. They just wanted to have a scapegoat, essentially. Speaking of really good selling games, Pokemon Legends ZA sells 5.8 million in launch week. half were bought for Nintendo Switch 2. Pokemon Legends ZA sold almost 6 million copies in its opening week. In a statement, the Pokemon Company announced that Pokemon Legends ZA, which debuted on October 16th, has already sold 5.8 million units worldwide, with around half of those being bought for Nintendo's new console, the Switch 2. This means that the first Pokemon game to feature real-time Pokemon battles is the fifth best-selling game of the franchise in terms of first week sales. By comparison, that's more than Pokemon XY and Let's Go Pikachu / Eevee managed in their first weeks, but according to Twitter user Pierre485, not as much as Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, Pokemon Legends Arceus, and Pokemon Sword and Shield managed. Scarlet and Violet did looks like $10 million in sales. Arceus did 6.5. Sword and Shield did 6, and I don't know what that would be. This is all cut off on the side. I was just kind of trying to figure that out, but yeah, it's a really well done start for it. Yeah, ZA seems to be. I think Nintendo made the good bet that they this would be the game to make a bundle with. People were questioning it. Maybe why not just keep it on Mario Kart World, because that game requires a lot of people to have that game. I guess this does as well. But yeah, it looks like their bet was correct. It was a really interesting week watching these sales come in. So yeah, moving on. Hopefully, if you have Pokemon, people are recommending that ZA is actually pretty decent. So, moving on to more news. Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 3 co-director doesn't think Rebirth was longer than necessary, but is working to make Part 3 feel more concise. Final Fantasy Remake Part 3 co-director Hamaguchi has assured fans that the team working on the highly anticipated final installment is striking a balance between keeping the story moving and tightening the pacing. Talking to Screen Rant, the director reflected on criticism of the series' pacing and lengthy installments, asked if he agreed with the feedback that certain sections in Final Fantasy VII Rebirth felt a little too long. He disagreed, saying, "Regarding time management in certain sections, especially in FF7 Rebirth, I honestly don't believe that they were longer than necessary. I feel like nowadays players just have too much to do and too much to play, so they often feel the urge that something has to be concluded quickly." That said, Hamaguchi is at least mindful of the criticism, adding, "As we work on the conclusion to the trilogy, we are striking a balance on how story arcs are told and spread out so as to ensure that the game feels a little bit more concise." In the same interview, Hamaguchi, who was inspired to become a developer after playing 1994's Final Fantasy VI, spoke of other games that provided inspiration, including the Witcher series, Fable. He's particularly taken with Ghost of Yotei at the moment, admitting, "I can't wait to get home to continue playing it." So, yeah, we just read that section to sort of see where... yeah, I get it. Yeah, I did enjoy it. Some games aren't for everyone. That I do understand. There are obviously some obviously objective terrible games like Bubsy 3D and things like that. But I think there's a lot of games that just sit in the middle. That's, there's going to be people that love them, people that hate them. And then there's the universally loved games at the top. I feel like gaming has a 3-layered structure, essentially, with 95% of all games living in the middle there. So, yeah. I'm just... For part 3, and I think our level of excitement or going into it on this podcast is essentially, I think Tom's at the top. I sort of sit in the middle, and since you didn't really like Rebirth, or maybe not Remake either, You're at the bottom, Jonathan, on it. My whole thing is I just want to see how the story ends. I want to see if they can stick the landing for the story. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Essentially, that's what I meant by a lot of those games sit in the middle, like that 100 hours and lots of obvious padding. Some people may love it, absolutely. You know, tightly designed 40-hour game. Okay, maybe this one will also be a tightly designed 40-hour game. Who knows? My main thing is I just want to see how the story ends. I just want to see if they can stick the landing, if they can, um, you know, that's it. Essentially, that's kind of how I felt going into, even though I absolutely loved it, I think it's one of my favorite games of all time. Mass Effect 2. When Mass Effect 3 came out, my main concern was I just want to see if they can stick the landing. I think they did it better than most people think for that, but essentially in a trilogy, when I'm going into that third one, I'm just like, hey, I just want the game to be fun for me, and I want them to stick the landing. That is why a game like Lightning Returns, it pisses me off so much and is one of the very few games that I actively dislike. Because it just absolutely did not stick the landing, and it got way too crazy by the end, and that is an example of what not to do in a trilogy, in my opinion. So, yeah. Hopefully, they don't do that for this one. And Final Fantasy VII have a good ending. Alright, Resident Evil 0 Remake, reportedly aiming for 2028 release, with Guardians of the Galaxy video game actor on board. Capcom's upcoming and unannounced Resident Evil 0 Remake will reportedly launch in 2028 and feature the lead actor from Square Enix's Guardians of the Galaxy video game. Last year, IGN verified a report by noted Resident Evil leaker Dusk Golem that claimed Capcom would continue remaking its classic Resident Evil back catalog with new versions of both Resident Evil Code Veronica and Resident Evil 0 in development. Now, MP First has suggested that Code Veronica remake is targeting a Q1 2027 release window. Yes. While Resident Evil 0 will follow a year later, and there's word too of Zero's remake codenamed Project Chamber, which is also listed on the resume of Final Fantasy of Far Cry 5 and Guardian of the Galaxy video game actor John McLaren. So essentially, just the rumor mill here that we're going to get 2 more Resident Evil remakes, yeah, the I loved 2. 3 was okay. 4 is just an amazing video game, and to upgrade it and remake it, essentially it was still a very, very good video game. Code Veronica is a soft spot in my heart. I really love Code Veronica, despite it being kind of stupid. And 0, I think, is a very underrated game. That I'm glad for a new set of people to get to try out. So we're looking 2027 for Code Veronica, 2028 for 0. Hopefully they both come out and are as good as 2 and 3 were. In terms of that. And next up, Microsoft announces Xbox Game Pass 2 Wave 2. If I didn't mention it previously, Microsoft is still on the BDS boycott list. So if you're following that boycott, you probably don't have Game Pass, and this section does not matter to you. Just a reminder, starting in October and November for current subscribers, Xbox is going up in price. Game Pass Ultimate is now going to be $29.99 a month. Premium is going to be $14.99 a month. Essential is going to be $9.95 a month. And PC Game Pass is going up to $16.50 a month. Wave 2 will include Power Wash Simulator 2, Bounty Star. Both of those are for Ultimate and PC Game Pass. Super Fantasy Kingdom for Ultimate and Game Pass on October 24th. So those games are all out. And then next week you have Halls of Torment for Ultimate, Premium, and PC Game Pass. Outer Worlds 2 for Ultimate and PC Game Pass. 1000 Times Resist for Ultimate and Premium and PC Game Pass. Football Manager 26, the PC version, will be coming on November 4th. And Football Manager 26 console will be coming to Ultimate and PC Game Pass on November 4th. So essentially what I think is Football Manager 26, the PC version will not be cross-save, and the console version will be. So for those of you that are looking to play a couple games, 3 of them are leaving. Jusant, Metal Slug Tactics, and Return to Monkey Island. So... it's not a great lineup for wanting a $10 increase unless you're really into the Ubisoft stuff. As I said before, I'm probably one more month of doing it and just seeing if it's worth it. I don't want to make any rash decisions before Extra Life, where we might need to pull a game out of Game Pass for an Extra Life game. So, so if you still have Game Pass, that is what's coming for you. And finally, just a fun story to end the news hour with. Mario will finally make his Thanksgiving Day parade debut with his 40th anniversary balloon. Wahoo indeed. Our boy Mario is joining the Thanksgiving festivals. Nintendo of America and Macy's have announced that a new Mario character balloon will make its debut at the 99th Annual Thanksgiving Day Parade in New York. The balloon in question will be launched to honor the 40th anniversary of Super Mario Bros., which debuted in 1985 in Japan. It was created by Macy's Parade Studios team of artists and measures an incredible 50 feet and 2 inches long, 37 feet wide, 43 feet and 8 inches tall. They have the photo here if you're watching this on video. It's a rendering of what it'll look like. Devin Pritchard from Nintendo said, "Having Mario join this iconic holiday tradition is an incredible way to honor the 40th anniversary of Super Mario Bros. Since he first emerged from a warp pipe, Mario has embodied our goal of bringing smiles to faces all over the world. We are excited for Mario fans of all ages to see his new balloon and the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. It appears the character has never been featured in the iconic Thanksgiving Day Parade, which may as well have been a rights issue all of these years. But it's great to see Macy's and Nintendo finally team up to make this a reality." Yeah, so just a fun little thing there. If you still have cable and still watch the Thanksgiving Day Parade, there's going to be a giant Mario balloon there. It was a fun story amongst all the not so much, video games are being released, so not a lot of news is coming out. Yeah, so that'll do it for the news. And that'll basically do it for the show. I need to do it with my left hand. Right there, we got 12 days to Extra Life. Saturday, November 8th, starting 8 a.m. Eastern. I guess it'll be standard time by that point. Or maybe that is the time change day. I think the time change day may be the 1st. So we might already be in standard time. Like I said earlier, I will be going for 2.5 hours, and then Tom will be taking over for the middle gap between 10:30 and 4:30. So he'll probably be, I think he said 12 to 4 is when he'll be on. So be on the lookout for that. And then I'll come back, and then I'll go until basically I'm not going anymore. So anytime between 2 and 4 in the morning. I have a lot of things to get ready. By that point, I'm going to have Sonic Crossroads purchased. We might do some fun Expedition 33 cosplay stuff for donations. We're going to have a wheel where I'm going to have a bunch of hot sauces that I have to put on nuggets and eat it. We'll announce those rules. Those will probably be out for the next news hour, so you guys have a week to plan your assault on me. And the wheel only affects me. Tom will not be doing the wheel. So understand that. And then streaming for the rest of the week here. I will be streaming on Monday tonight. If you're listening to this on podcast or on YouTube, I'll be playing through some more Mega Man 3. Tom will be back on Thursday with Final Fantasy 3/6. I will be doing a hasty glance of The Outer Worlds 2. Again, as I previously said, that's probably the only Outer Worlds 2 stuff you'll get. Because the other game I'll be streaming on top of Trails is I will be going through episodes 1 and 2. Tom doesn't like being on the wheel. I will be going through episodes 1 and 2 of Dispatch on stream. So, just be on the lookout for that. And then we'll have a bunch of other games coming out in November and December. And we'll be streaming every Saturday. So, yeah. If you want to donate to Extra Life, I forgot to say this in the beginning, you can donate at tinyurl.com/GVP, as in Game Vault Pod, Extra Life, the number 10. So just go right there and donate. You can see your name up on the board here. Like Kevin, Jonathan, and myself are up there. So, yeah. So thank you guys for joining me. It has been fun as always. And we'll see you next time. Bye!